Hello, welcome to the Oblivion Show. I'm Joe ET. This is
Mr. Dolphin,
and this is
Deathmachine.
Way, what's up?
Magic.
Oh my god, it feels like
Magic.
ages since we did this shit.
That's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, a little
I
holiday.
can't even remember. I was just looking because I was like, what the fuck? He's going to ask me what I've been up to, and I can't remember what the fuck I've been up to.
So, Greg,
It's been a while.
what have you been up to, bro?
Can't remember. Apart from Tracklist, I did that over in France, Manu's gig, the festival. That was really nice. Really nice festival. Steph, you've done that, haven't you? You did that a few years back.
Love it. Brilliant festival, yeah. Just the location is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. Would I mean, it's a trek. We had a tour bus and like I think it was me, Lizette, Gareth, Malin. Yeah, there's a load of us that all went in there. Emmy and everyone, Flores, all went in the van, and yeah, 16 hours it took to get there. We left Rotterdam. We went and picked up Gareth at Rampage on the way. So we stopped off at Rampage Festival. Yeah, and then it was like 16 hours, but it had the kitchen and kind of like beds and everything like that. So it was kind of fun. But yeah, that was really cool, and the festival was amazing as well. So really beautiful. So that's me.
And brother Steph, what have you been doing, sir?
Well, I've actually had a couple of days off over the weekend, which is nice.
Well, that's not like you.
I know, yeah. But music-wise, I think the week before that, I was at Kidstock, which was pretty good fun, actually.
Yeah.
I think it was the last ever one, so it had a reasonable turnout. The weather was okay. So yeah, that was actually a lot of fun.
Awesome.
But yeah, I think that was the only gig I've had in recent weeks. But apart from that, just getting my head back into music and trying to get lots of stuff done because we've got a load of stuff to do, me and Greg.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little while.
Prospect Outdoor. We did
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
we
was
had
really
wasn't
fun.
it? It was good stock, yeah.
Yeah.
I played at the after party. That was really good. I only caught the very end of the daytime thing because I was a little bit busy in the day,
was really
and I was trying to be a
nice,
good boy as well. But yeah, I caught the last couple of hours there, and it was nice, man. The atmosphere was really good there. Lots of really cool people, proper good vibe. Really nice.
Yeah, really nice. But definitely, I can't wait to do a party there again. Hopefully, Gareth's got something lined up. But yeah, really nice.
First of all, shout to Randy, who's dropping subs on everybody in the chat. Respect, man. I can see all these people becoming members. Fucking awesome. Nice one. Thanks very much.
Well done, Randy.
And what have I been up to? I'm glad you asked. It was my 30th birthday again in June. So to anybody who saw me in June, I apologise. Because let's just say it was a Saturday every single day in June, and I'm just recovering from that. And also, yeah.
You should have done the Conor McGregor apology and just said to anybody that saw me in June.
Absolutely fucking nobody.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So, I went to Corfu. We did Netherlands. We did... I don't even know. I can't remember. Did I go to England? I can't actually remember.
Maybe?
I don't know. It was a crazy month anyway. And then there was Prospect recently just gone. And then we've been busy doing a load of Oblivion stuff for the next release and a bunch of merch that's coming out. The podcast series started up. Jay's now running the podcast series. He's in the chat. So on YouTube and on SoundCloud, there's new podcast from Jay, from Yuki, and I think there's some more coming up very soon. So that's all good. And we've been taking a lot of time listening to lots of this. What the time you have the dread? As I'm sure everybody who's fucking tuned in has probably listened to it a lot of times as well. Was that really loud?
What time do you have the dread, Joe?
What time do I have the dread?
Yeah.
Most of the time in the mornings.
Every hour.
Yeah. What's the horn? Oh, please turn that horn off. What horn?
Oh, God.
What's that annoying sound?
Have you got the horn, Joe?
What annoying sound in the background? Let me just check.
I feel like I need to check it as well. Check it. I'm the fucking man.
Oh, there's the membership horn. It's because It's because Randy's dropped 20 fucking subs on the chat, and then every time that thing pops up it goes, so everybody's getting spammed with the fucking
seriously?
support. Let me try and turn that off.
What's the little like heart thing in on the chat now?
I don't know. There you go. I've turned it off. Is that horn? Is it gone, guys? I think I've muted it.
Horn mute.
Yeah, is it off? Yeah, cool. All right. I'll turn it back on when it stops spamming. Right, so let's make a little shout to everybody in the chat if we can. We are stacked today. There's 100 people watching already. I guess a lot of people coming to check out how we get on with the competition. So shout out to Drastic, Jay, Psy909, Mikhail, Rupture, hey Vinny, Inqoherent, Frantic, Vicious, Kritika, John Pert, Psy909, Agent Zero, Prime Minister, Dean Devastator, Jay, obviously, Spike Shape, Madra's in the chat, I'm Banana, Carnage Core, Mark Fletcher, what's up, 4Up, Christian, Chris Lang, Keys Hees, Climb, Tracks, Butterfist, Psy909, not sure if I did that. Randy, I've already given you a shout already, but you're spamming that much. I'm going to keep saying your name. Lars, Void Shark, fucking millions and billions of people.
Your mum.
Well, my mum's
Lizette, Stefan, my sister, who are not in the chat, but I'm shouting out.
Yeah, shout out to Cam. She's not there yet. She's transporting across Paris, but she'll be there soon. Okay, before we start, very important. The Oblivion show is sponsored by Hardcore Beer. If you head over to hardcorebeer.nl or hardcorebeer.co.uk and use Oblivion show at checkout, you will get a discount on your order. And they ship UK from the UK and Europe from Europe. And I'm going to open one of the new ones that I've got here right now. This is quad damage. Look at this shit, man.
Speaking of quad damage, I did 100 rep challenge this morning in the gym.
Oh yeah,
100 leg extensions, 100 leg presses, 100 leg curls, and then I had a whitey and had to leave the gym. so I didn't actually get to finish it off, but yeah, that was enough. So.
I'm turning the membership horn back on. And another shout out to our other sponsor, Wheat Week, by producers for producers. Nice. They provide us with access and free credits for members. And also, today, they will be gifting membership and credits to everybody who wins in the competition. So that's exciting, isn't it?
Indeed.
Everybody who's watching, if you get chance, if you can, do us a favour and share the fucking stream. It really helps. And if you can like and put a comment under the video, it really helps with the algorithm. It's a pain in the ass. And yeah, if you can do the subscribe and click on the bell, all that shit, it's really useful for us. We'd really appreciate it. So
shout out to the Dutch crew that like auto drop.
Just random
Another
product
sponsor.
placement.
Yeah.
It's not a sponsor yet, no. Okay, so what's happening today? There's no New Blood today. There's no What's Hot today. There's no major significant interview today because we're going to focus heavily on this competition. And in fact, I think it's fair to say that the competition is like New Blood, but in turbo mode. So before we get into the details around the competition, I wanted to talk about the original release. Steph, could you give us a little bit of background about the Dred release, which was on this Oblivion release from Oblivion? It was 13, wasn't it? It was on this record here.
Yeah,
That's a beautiful vinyl.
So it is a beautiful
really happy
vinyl,
with that
right?
vinyl. Came out lovely, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about the record.
Well, as I'm sure everyone can tell, it's very heavily influenced with old school hardcore, which there's samples in both tracks actually. I know we're focusing on Dred today, but the other track has got another sample in that was a very sort of old 90s sample. And yeah, I wanted to make 2 tracks that were kind of, you know, indicative of that era, which, being as old as I am, I remember just about.
You and me both, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, the Dred was actually, I was thinking the other day actually, normally I'll start with a kick on a track, but this is one of the rare ones where I was like, I obviously had the sample and I had the kind of intro arpeggiated melody, and that came first to me, which was like a different way of making the track. And yeah, it was one of those ones that just kind of clicked. It happened really fast, and you know, it felt right, kind of thing. So yeah, I was just happy with it. You know, everything sort of fell into place pretty easily with it.
Awesome. And the artwork had some inspiration attached to it as well, right? You know, this beats, bleeps, and breaks. That was inspired by something, right? The name of the
EP.
So
there was an old album which was called Breaks, Bass, and Bleeps, and that was kind of, yeah, I had to remember I got the right, because I'm saying the same Breaks, Bass, and Breaks. Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, it's just another nod to the 90s really, and just trying to capture the kind of essence of that feeling, because again, you know, people that were there, it was such a unique kind of energy that was going around at that time. And I know it's easy to use the old samples and stuff, but you know, I've kind of just wanted to tie everything in together, which was why I chose something that was, you know, the title of the EP was in the same era as the tracks were meant to be. And
Cam managed to find, shout out to Cam Art, by the way, who did the amazing design on the graphics.
Such a good job.
She managed to find the font that was the same pretty much and match it all up. So it was kind of a homage to the sound. And now we are here with people remixing and in some cases reverse mixing the sound. So it's quite cool, and we'll get more into some of that later on. So yeah, pumped, a little bit pumped. So, on the topic of the competition, we had 80 submissions for the remix competition, and there was such a broad and eclectic mix of styles that we couldn't just box this into a 4-track EP. So there's going to be a little bit more than that, and there's quite an eclectic mix of sounds that we're going to hear tonight. Admittedly, a lot of it's going to be so if anybody wants to count how many times that sample plays, then we'll have a competition.
There's a competition. You get a free box of auto drop.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, nearest to get the total.
And half a can of hardcore beer. So we're going to play through them. We're going to take our time. We're going to enjoy it. Shout out to Roberrr, who arrived in the chat. How you doing, buddy? And Kimchi. Yeah, easy, bro. How you doing? And Librarium in there too. You got 110 people tuned in, anticipating what's going to happen. So I'm just going to take my time a little. No, we're joking. Right, let's get into
5-hour show.
Let's first of all, let's start off at the top of the show. Let's start off with Steph's VIP of Dred. Okay, let's go in with it. First track. This is Deathmachine, Dred VIP.
Lovely remix, dude. Well, VIP, but yeah, you know, all good.
Yeah, so people in the chat saying doesn't sound too different to the original, but yeah, it's a VIP, so it was just I guess
it's a variance in production, darlings.
Exactly.
Oh, yes. But it still slams, and everybody in the chat seems happy. A nice little livener to get us going.
Indeed. Shout out to Mr. Chaos Engine, to Stu.
Oh, Seba joined. Hey, bro, how you doing, man?
Seb's in,
Hope
and
well.
I saw someone else as well.
Ian Addiction jumped in, and Antones.
Oh, yeah. Ian and, yeah.
Ian Addiction,
Glitch
fucking
Girl.
boyo. Hope you're well, Ian.
Mr. Frantic.
Yeah.
Kikoa, Danny. There's just loads of people in. Nice.
Yeah, man. Big. Okay, so I guess we'll get started with this fucking competition then, shall we? So,
have you not got the Let's Get Started sample out of it?
Oh no,
that would have been great.
You could have had that one, right?
I got this one. just for some continuity, you know.
Nice.
Right, first up, we're going to announce first track winning in the Dred Remix Kompetition is by Syprexa.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go, dude. And let's get this shit on the road.
Well played. Well played.
Well played. So, what did we like about that one?
Well, I think as everyone in the chat was mentioning, the dubstep in the intro was just like so unexpected, and it just sounded wicked, like, you know, perfectly pitched atmosphere on there. And then the hardcore bit that dropped as well, the kick was really solid, and it just tied in, the atmosphere kind of continued into it. So I just thought it was really original, which is what you want from a remix, that kind of, you know, brings something new, and that certainly did.
Yeah. And it's certainly kind of, it's respected the original, but it also respected the kind of like the kind of 90s breakbeat club kind of vibe, with the kind of the more modern dubsteppy sound, but still it had the kind of like the breaks were in there, the kind of that, it had the feels, didn't it, of that kind of, getting dirty and grimy.
I would have loved to have heard, or I would still like to hear, a full-length dubstep track
for
in
real.
that vibe.
Yeah, we would love
that.
Because that
reminded me of old Vex stuff. Like, it was like, it really hit the spot. What's that? You got a laser on you, Greg. Where's that coming from? On your shoulder?
It's the sunlight. No, this side.
Okay.
There.
Oh, yeah. You're going to get shot.
Yes,
but
massive
congratulations to Syprexa. If you don't know who Syprexa is, guys, I can probably bring up some infos here.
Did that get in?
No. Yeah.
Still there.
So a little bit about Mr. Syprexa. A shout to Tom, who joined the chat, by the way. Big up, Towat. Easy now, brother. It's Syprexa, drum and bass and hardcore producer from Stockholm. My first couple of tracks were self-released in late 2017, and since then I've signed with Motormouth Records and Prospect Recordings. Very short bio, but really cool producer, and we're very, very glad that he's done a remix. So big up, man, and congratulations. Somebody was asking in the chat a moment ago how this works, so I'll just quickly explain. So we had like 80 submissions in. I stripped all the names off all of them and labeled them 1 through to 80, and I sent them to Greg and Steph. Steph went through and picked all of the ones that he liked. Greg and I independently scored what we thought as well, in case there were any ones that Steph was undecided on, and then we basically just validated and cross-referenced. So it was 99% done blind by Steph, just by listening to the tracks, and the outcome of this will be that all of these tracks will be released on an Oblivion release, the next Oblivion release. So that will be a compilation. Okay, so just so you understand how it works. Gauge Systems joined the chat. Easy now. How's it going? All right. Okay. Oh, Syprex is in the chat. Yo, buddy, you did it. That was fucking sick. Next
nice track, man. Nice track, yeah.
We have got a track from... I need to do this. Ooh. Work. No? Why doesn't that work?
Press the button.
Yeah. Boom. Agent Zero. Woo. Let's go.
Let's get started.
Massive congratulations to Agent Zero.
Well played, sir.
Yeah,
well
nice
played,
one.
man. Well played. Awesome techno, and that slow down with the guitar bit. Really original take on it, I thought. Steph, what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, the originality was like off the scale on this one, wasn't it? Like, you know, if you'd have said someone had done a remix that slowed down and used the guitars in it, you'd not expect it to be as good as that. It was, it just came out so well. I love the sort of the ravey synths as well, with the sort of counter melody in the first half of the track that still made it feel like 90s ravey stuff, but it was just took it to another level as well. And the slow down and the guitar bit at the end is wicked.
Yeah, lots of originality. Yeah, we really love it. It definitely kind of had ravey vibes and kind of I think one of the things we liked a lot about a lot of these different remixes, the ones that really stood out and did something a little bit different, and kind of pushed it in a different direction and had some fun with it. And this is definitely one of them. Yeah, really great job.
Yep. A little bit about the artist. My name is Agent Zero, a detective which is uncovering yet unknown or declassified music and releasing it to the public. I'm from Maastricht, the Netherlands. I'm an industrial techno hardcore producer and DJ. This remix contest inspired me to go wild and combine a lot of different hard electronic, jungle, drum and bass, breakbeat, and evil metal sounds. Thank you all for listening. Bro, thank you for making that. That was really awesome.
Really, really good.
Nice one. And everybody in the chat is loving it too. We're only 2 tracks in and everybody's pumped. So awesome. Next up, we have got, let me get rid of that. Boom. Next up, we have got a remix from Roberrr. Woo! Let's go.
Let's get started. I'm so glad somebody did that, man. They reversed
remixed it. They sent it back in time. Roberrr, you smashed it, mate. Fucking awesome. A little bit about Roberrr. My name is Roberrr, and I'm probably born in the wrong country, Netherlands, because everybody likes kicks, and I like breaks and bass. I'm 35 years old, but I look like 24, and my favourite colour is green, which is also part of my last name. I have 2 lovely boys, and one of them likes to DJ, and the other one seems to respond to breaks. I've always wanted to make music, but never really got myself to the point to finish something. But this time, with the help of some lovely friends, I actually got somewhere, so thank you for that. From now on, I'll go under the name of Roberrr because everyone likes to call me that. Big up, Roberrr. That was awesome, man. Like, really genuinely enjoyed it. Steph, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it was a reverse remix, wasn't it? It took it back to, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people know the original Dead Dred track that used that sample that was kind of influenced it as well. And there was like so many references to that track, I felt, but not in a copying way. It was just done in an original way. So yeah, it's a really, really good remix. Again, you know, something completely different to the original, but kept, you know, in the spirit of it, which is, you know, all you can ask for. It's really, really good.
And, you know, it just had loads of energy, didn't it? It was just like, that's what you want, Amons and chuck your granny down the stairs kind of.
Oh, it's a chucker.
It's a chucker. That was definitely a chucker, yeah. It was just a lot of fun, had a lot of energy, and it's, you know, hit all the right spots for me.
Yeah. Shout to Kin Akira in the chat. Hey, buddy. What's good? Dave, AK Industry, in the chat too. What's good, my friend? Nanostorm joined in too. Hello, welcome. So, nice one, Roberrr. Absolutely thrilled to have that on the label. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
Next up, we have got a remix from RABBeAT. Woo, let's go.
Let's get started.
think he missed a kick.
So many kicks.
Yeah, so many kicks. Absolute fucking weapons grade, that one.
Yes.
Little bit about RABBeAT. RABBeAT sets no boundaries between industrial techno and hardcore. His music is the expression of deep emotions carried by the violence of hardware sounds. He likes to contrast the coldness of metallic textures with the warmth of melodies, and he managed to build his signature sound through various genres within industrial tunes, but nevertheless, we're talking about slower melodic techno or fast industrial hardcore. You'll be able to recognize a RABBeAT creation from many. He managed to build his signature sound through various genres and within industrial tunes, but nevertheless, we're talking about slower melodic techno or fast industrial hardcore. Oh, I've already read that bit. Whoops. You can listen to his work on established labels like Dark Descent or Prospect, to mention a few. His work is continuously supported by artists like Paula Temple, Somniac One, Killborn, Manu Lamala, Tripped, Dien, and many more. RABBeAT is a resident of TFIF Events, a queer collective based in Lyon, and the mastering engineer for Compound. Big up RABBeAT. Steph, anything to say?
Well, I think the general consensus, that was an absolute banger, wasn't it, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you hear that one in the club, that's just going to destroy everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
The other thing I liked about this one, it was, as far as I remember, one of the few that actually was playing around with the pitch on the vocal samples, which was a sort of a creative element that I sort of I thought was nice. So yeah, it was a really good one again.
Yep, all the kicks, just so much variation and fun. You had no idea what was coming next, did you?
Yeah,
It was
so it just goes and goes and goes.
Yeah.
Just notches up every. Yeah.
And just when you're like kind of pulling a bass face, and like another one comes in, and it's just like double bass face. Yeah, really good, really good.
Super cool. Some cool stuff coming from this guy. I think he's got a very, very bright future. Very, very happy to have him on the label. Thank you, Bo. Thank you very much. So next up, we have to announce. I keep on missing this. Next up, remix is from Jacob. Let's go. wicked stuff. His drums are so clean, man.
Yeah, I loved the way it kind of like started with loads of kind of energy and then kind of just teased off into this kind of like deep kind of roller. Really nice, really cool.
Yeah, what do you think, Steph? What was your...
Yeah, loved it. Like such good edits on those amens as well. And yeah, it just rolled out really nicely, didn't it? Like really controlled and restrained. Like nothing felt forced, but everything was just like punchy. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, great job.
Yeah, he doesn't get enough stuff finished and out, which is one of his main frustrations. And, you know, he sent a few things into the show in the past, and it's always been fucking superb, but he just doesn't get it
quite
out
a few
there.
things on Grey Matter and stuff.
He's got some good stuff come out on that, but he sent me a pack a few weeks ago, and there's a lot of stuff there, and it's just not getting picked up by labels. He's just struggling with anybody that's actually signing his sound.
Let's start more labels.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll put one out. How about that? And yeah, if anybody out there's listening, and same applies to everybody who's on this, because there's a whole bunch of new and unreleased people, unsigned people. Get into them, guys. Sign these people. They're fucking superb. A little bit about Jacob. Originating in Oxfordshire, Jacob commenced his musical mission within the local illegal rave scene in the 2000s, sharpening his craft by playing fast and broken music to like-minded humans. He soon gained respect for his mixing talent, performing on numerous sound systems with a concoction of hardcore and drum and bass. Throughout the years, he has collaborated with various producers and released several records on a number of different hardcore and drum and bass outlets, such as Section 8, Overtake Recordings, and Sustained Records. After a few years hiatus, which saw him relocate to Ibiza, Jacob has been focusing on his creative energies and creating slower paced combination of drum and bass and jungle. Awesome stuff, man. And again, another homage and shout to the past where this came from. I really like it. Really, really cool. Definitely worthwhile addition. Next up, a bit more core, I think, just in case people in the chat are wanting that. We have got... Who is next? Inqoherent. Oh, shit. Let's go. right, little bit about Mr. Inqoherent. He's in the chat, by the way. Hey, bro, what's good? That was fucking
nice one,
fire.
dude.
Just saying. Originating. Oh no, I've done something silly. Hold on, 1 second, please.
What have you done?
I did a copy paste wrong with his bio into my spreadsheet. Second, here we go. Inqoherent is a UK-based hardcore artist that's been performing in the scene for over 10 years, and his first release back in 2017 on Noisy. Since then, he's gone on to sign as a member of the artist roster with Prototypes Records. In that time, he's performed at major events across the UK, such as Twisted Dark Side, Motormouth Raves, Therapy Sessions London, Jungle Syndicate, as well as international parties like SFQ in Sofia, Bulgaria. Inqoherent is heavily influenced by UK hardcore, early 90s rave, breakbeat, and jungle. So this remix was actually perfect for you, bro. It was made for you. His tracks range anywhere between 175 and 210 BPM, with ambient cinematic intros, pounding kick drums, and distorted breakbeats. Wicked. Steph, what did you like about this one, mate?
Well, everything really.
Yeah.
I mean, I think people probably know I've been playing quite a bit of his tracks this last year or so.
I did
I think
too.
he's really come of age, and like his bio says it all really. Like, it was just the perfect track for him really to remix, and he absolutely nailed it. Yeah, total banger.
Yep. Yeah, really nice intro, solid, just really solid production, really nice kicks. Just everything felt right. The kind of mix down was well balanced. And it just did what it needed to do. Went in there and smashed shit up.
Yeah, really good. Awesome stuff. Okay, we're getting through these quite quickly. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right. Cool. Next up. Suspense. We have got the Carnage Core. Let's go.
The boys.
synths.
Yeah. Awesome stuff. Shout to Starving Insects in the chat. Hey, Alex, buddy.
Alex.
How you doing, man?
Dude.
What's good? And congratulations on your recent release with CatScan as well. Big stuff, man.
Fantastic.
Nice one. Nice. Next up.
Hold on.
No, not next up. No. I mean, I'm going to read something.
Give them their creds. Yeah.
Getting a bit carried
Next
away.
up in my brain.
Sorry. Next track. No. The Carnage Core was a project created in 2009 through the collaboration of two friends, the X and Carnivore, who shared the same passion for creating hard electronic music. Their production is a combination of hardcore kicks, metallic snares, complemented by melodic synths at a speed of 190 plus BPM, which can create a unique atmosphere on and off the dance floor. With their remix of Catharsis track Awakened, they managed to win a remix contest on the prestigious Other Side Records label, on which the track was also released. In addition, they released their production on Prototypes and Drum Match Records. Awesome stuff, man. And these guys have been getting better and better and better, as we've observed through the New Blood. And the stuff that's about to come out is really good too. And yeah, super stoked to get them on this release. It's a big thing for them and for the New Blood, I think, as well. So I'm super happy about that. Steph, what did you like about this one?
Yeah, I think everyone in the chat nailed it. It was that synth. It just created a completely unique atmosphere in the track, which like made it feel so different. But obviously, a lot of the other elements were the same. So that made it feel original. But again, as any good remix should, still feel like it relates a little bit to the original. And I like the progression as well. Just the kind of sort of kick snare UK kind of vibe, and the sparse use of that synth. It wasn't overused, and it kind of carried the track nicely along in a good kind of flow. So yeah, really good.
The second drop was fucking weapons grade as well, man.
Yeah, really nice. Yeah, all of it, man. Great production. Yeah, big fans. I love the way they work, and just that synth line was just made it really stood out over a lot of the other mixes we heard. It's just like it caught your attention straight away, and you're just like, vibes. Yeah, really nice. Great job, guys. Well done.
Definitely.
Nice one.
I'm going to take a moment to do a little bit of propaganda while we are here. So if you are not already aware, as well as being a subscriber and a general viewer of the channel, we do also offer the option to become a member. So if you head over to the Oblivion Underground YouTube channel, you can actually join our membership scheme. What that allows you to do is get some perks at the cost of basically buying us a coffee or a beer a month, and it allows us to build the channel, to come up with cool concepts like this remix competition, to get guests on, to upgrade our equipment. There's all kinds of things that we're investing this money into. So if you want to get a little bit more involved with us and our community, then, well, you can. So you can join from $1.99 per month, and what that gives you the loyalty badge next to your name in the comments and in the live chat. The longer you're a member, the different color your badge is. As you can see, the people in the chat with green names, etc., we can see them a little bit better in the chat, so it's easier for us to give shout outs, etc. It allows you to use all the custom emojis in the chat, as I'm sure people will spam a load of emojis in the chat now, guys. That would be great. You get 5% discount at oblivionunderground.com. So if you buy merch or records from us, then you get a discount on that. You get shout outs because we can see your name easier. You get access to the community, and you get Discord member ranks. I'll come onto the Discord in a moment. We've got also tier 2, which includes all of the things that I mentioned from tier 1, but you get all of the Oblivion Underground digital releases. For example, this remix competition will be a digital release, so you would get that for free straight away. If you already buy our music, then this is kind of a logical thing to do. You get priority notification for merchandise drops, so you get told first when that's coming, get the opportunity to pre-order before anybody else. Some of our stuff is really limited edition, so you get the opportunity to be ahead of everybody when you get that. And we do things like members only live chats in the Discord. We do games nights and things like that as well. So lots of cool stuff there. And for the God level members, if you like, for $9.99 a month, you get regular vouchers at Oblivion Underground and Hardcore Beer to spend on the websites. You get added to the Oblivion promo list. So when the DJs and artists get our music, you also get that first before anybody else public. It's big. For entry into competitions, exclusive members only videos, priority reply to comments because we can see your name better in the chat. And also something that I need to add in here is that through our partners at WeTweak, you will actually also get membership for there and credits for using over there too if you're a producer. So that could save you some money on sample packs, presets, all of that kind of stuff. Now, I mentioned Discord before. We do have our own Discord server. There's a lot of producers probably tuned in here right now. And of course, all of this is, you can still tune into the show and you can still join the Discord for free. We don't expect people to pay to get access to what we're doing. Absolutely not. But if you want to support us, great. We also have the Discord server here, which is quite active, actually. We've got like 150 members or something like that in our Discord server. And there's lots of different things to discuss in here. There's, you know, different voice channels that you can use. You can use these for collaborating, etc. if you want. There's chit chat, which is general chat. We've got chat to do with the show. And then we've got like creative zones for people sharing tips about production, asking each other questions on production, etc. DJing area for people asking about DJing, talking about DJing, blah, blah, blah. Stuff to do with gaming, graphic design, video design, streaming, and then links for your own stuff that you're doing, live streams, movies, series. It's like a nice safe space away from the bullshit that social media has become. Place to meet cool people, collaborate, you know, somewhere that's unmonitored and out of the way. So if you'd like to come over to our Discord, please do. There's a link in the description for this under this YouTube video. Yeah, just come and join us if you want. You're very, very welcome over there with us. All right, that is enough of my propaganda.
Actually, yeah, someone made the point, I think it was Butterfist made the point that there's no one left to get memberships anymore because Randy gifted 300 at the start of the show.
You can still,
like everybody's join
now. The membership scheme, even if after that first month has expired, it will continue. And there's all kinds of things that we do, like in the community tab on YouTube, we post things there just for the members to see and know about, so you get inside information about what we're doing and all kinds of stuff like that. So yeah, come and join, say hi.
Can you make a cider? Can you make a hardcore cider?
Yeah, I'm sure the people at Hardcore Beer could make hardcore cider. I know there's some other things coming which are quite interesting.
There's not enough good Dutch ciders, so maybe that would be do like a really nice dry kind of Somerset vibe cider. Ooh.
Okay. I just want to take the time a little bit because we're rushing through these tracks, and I wanted to like get a bit of an insight into you, Steph, actually, because we've been talking about your music and you, and we've never really done a full interview per se with you, and I'm not going to do a full interview with you now, don't worry, I'm not going to spring that on you. Surprise. This is your life. But like I just wanted to ask, like, how did you actually get into music and producing? I know it's the first question that I normally ask in an interview, but I'm just curious about your journey from, you know, music lover to DJ to producer. Can you give us a little?
When you had Nat Traffic on, because essentially it was him. So when I was living in London in the late 90s, through Simon, I met up with Nat and started, and he was the first person that showed me how to make music on well, then his Amiga, but he sold it to me. So I learned how to use Octamed, which is like a tracker-based software. And like sort of 99, 2000 was when I kind of started to play around and managed to get my first release on Corrupt Records, Matt Green's label, in 2001. So that was kind of like my, you know, big moment when I remember at the Void, there was a North night on, and Lofty was playing, and he played that track. So it was my first ever track. So that was like kind of like an excited moment that everyone has when you first hear your track being played in a club.
By Loftgroover as well.
Yeah. So and then I kind of struggled a bit for the next sort of 3 or 4 years really, and had a couple of releases here and there. And I think it was only probably 2005, 2006 I kind of really got my head into it and felt like I knew what I wanted to do. I wasn't obviously capable of doing it to a good standard then, but that was how it all started anyway, really through Nat.
Rebel Scum vibes, wasn't it? 2005.
Yeah, Rebel Scum had a sort of release, Devil's Brood as well. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
People. Did some more stuff on Corrupt. Had an EP on Death Chant as well. And then it kind of took us into, I guess, 2010-ish, and that was when I started doing the crossbreed stuff, and then did the stuff on 175, and I guess a lot of people know me from then, really.
Awesome. And what would you say one of your most memorable releases has been, or release that's meant the most to you? Or, let's say other than your recent album, because I know that was really important to you.
Yeah. Well, probably the first Generation 175 release, because for me that was a massive achievement, and particularly back then it was a real kind of mark of like quality that to get a release on that label was barely anyone did. So that was a challenge I set myself, and I managed to achieve it, which was really cool. But I think also probably the very first Rebel Scum release was another one where I didn't really know Luke very well, and he spoke to me a few times before, and from when I sent him that track, and he obviously did the remix on the flip, which arguably was way better, but it was still like a nice kind of step to get in there, and it kind of made me start down that pathway of being like one of the UK guys, because particularly back then Rebel Scum was and Death Chant were like the two big UK labels.
Yeah. And I think it's the 175 thing that you mentioned. I think that was also it showed that you had different skill sets as well, because you'd come from like this kind of rugged industrial sound, and then UK hardcore kind of sound, dare I put a label on it, but then to show that you had this crossbreed industrial thing as well, it really showed that you had some diversity in your abilities, and it was like a new venture for you to go down that path. So it was nice.
I think as a producer, it kind of just, the whole crossbreed thing clicked with me. Like, I've always loved drum and bass, I've always loved hardcore, I've always kind of tried to mix it, and I guess the emergence of crossbreed through Generation 175 kind of inspired me to push myself to make that stuff, which kind of pushed me in terms of raising the bar of my quality of production and everything. And it was just probably, I just felt comfortable making that stuff. I just felt like I found who I was as a producer at that time.
Was it Drum Coefficient? What was the name of the release?
That was the latest release. That was on Genosha, not...
Oh, sorry, my bad. I'm just quickly discogging it because somebody's asked. What was
Dark
the name
Energy
of the release?
and
Dark Energy.
They Hunt Us, I think.
Yeah, there we go. I'll bring it up on the screen now. Yeah, I've got it here. Here we go. Somebody's asking in the chat what the release is. I'm going to drop a link directly into here for you. Boom. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, so a few people got it in the chat. Yeah, and I did do some stuff with Switch Technique as well on Union Recordings, was his label.
Shout out to Dom.
Ironically, we're both wearing a Switch Technique t-shirt.
Yeah, these guys come dressed. Dressed. I've got my Live Evil t-shirt on. But by the way, worth a mention. Shout out to Simon and Nat, everybody at Live Evil for the awesome work over the years. I don't know if everybody's heard in the chat. I expect so, but Live Evil is no more. The last one, well, it was this one actually.
Which Steph played at.
Which Steph played at?
I did. Yeah, it was amazing, and like a massive honour to play there at the last one, because again, as I said before, I lived in London late 90s, and I went to I think the second ever Live Evil in '97.
Yeah.
And either played at or went to probably 90% of them for, what was it, the last 25 years. So yeah, it was a big part of sort of my timeline, really, and yeah, it kind of meant a lot to be able to play there for the last time.
Yeah,
so many good memories. Just
legendary.
Yeah. Massive love to Simon and Nat and everybody.
Yeah, totally done so much over the years, both Nat and Simon.
Huge part of the scene, isn't it? It's been really important.
Both guys still are. Simon's. Especially,
sorry, I meant like the email was.
Absolutely. Yeah. Somebody's asking in the chat, Marius, hey Marius, what's happened to Switch Technique? He's skateboarding. That's what happened to Dom. He's really enjoying skateboarding. He's having a great time. I spoke to him not too long ago. So, yeah. Joe, please hit him up and make him do an Oblivion EP. Actually, a little bit. Okay, so did do some stuff, but it probably will never come out. I think he's taken a extended break from music, and I hope he finds his love for it again. But he's loving skateboarding, and he's well and healthy and happy, and I think that's all people need to know.
That's good.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Shall we continue with some more music? Should we have a bit of breakcore? I fancy a bit of breakcore. I've had a bit of breakcore.
Spoiler alert.
Next up.
Guess the style.
Guess the style, yeah. Next up, we have got some breakcore from Havok and Disorder. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, I might play the drop. I'm gonna play the drop. Yo! Oh,
Extreme
I'm still
zoom,
zoomed in.
Joe.
Look at that.
Yo.
Extreme! Take it off. Oh, I'm stuck on. It's stuck. Oh, there we go. Woo! That was close. I told you it was breakcore. That was fucking slammer jammer, man. It was nice, just something completely different in there.
Yeah, totally different style. Yeah.
What's Greg doing? Go on, Greg, what are you doing?
Pressing buttons, don't press buttons.
Go on, Steph.
Yeah, no, just mental, wasn't it? Really, in a really good way. Love those kind of bass stabs on the snares and everything. Yeah, like proper granny chucker, wasn't it?
Yeah, proper chucker. Greg, thoughts?
Just breaks, amens, beats, everything, everywhere. Pots and pans, down the stairs, 100 mile an hour, game on.
Early 2000s fucking breakcore fucking yeet. That's what that felt like to
everything
me.
in it. And it had weight as well, which is nice.
Yeah,
It had some
that's
like fucking weight in it.
Yeah.
And that second build and drop was absolutely fucking necessary. I loved it. The extended, just drag it a little bit too far, then boosh, let's go. A little bit about the artists. Let me just bring up some stuff here. Oh dear. Okay, a little bit about the artists. Two producers from the UK. They make breakcore, jungle, and most things core. Previous releases on Omni Music, Evil Audio, and Moshup Records. I've got a little bit of a technical problem here.
I'll distract them, don't worry.
You distracted me. I fixed it. Oh, oh well. Let's just keep this on. What are you saying? So yeah, bit of breakcore on there. Very, very happy with that. Sick work, guys. Next up, we have got a remix from it's Tones. Let's go.
Let's get started.
Fair dues.
Really fucking good. I think that's
really, really good.
Yeah, that one and another one that we haven't played yet are my two favourites on this. Ant smashed that. Like, really, really smashed it. He stuck to the original kick, which to my opinion was fucking great anyway. But what he did around it, the synth work, which Tones is great for anyway, but the edits and the little, just...
Really pushed himself, didn't he? Really stepped it up.
Fucking smashed it, and I'm so proud of you, bro. Fucking awesome work. Really, really good. Steph?
Yeah, it's interesting to kind of see which parts of the track different people latch onto.
Yeah.
Like some people are kind of like the breaks and the bass and stuff, and Ant was one of the few that took the melody and like took it up like 10 notches. Added layers, and like the progression was really fucking good. Like just took it to another level. Superb.
Yeah. Interesting, isn't it? How like you say, Steph, the things that people latch onto, like when you're thinking about doing a remix, the things that resonate with people and what the like the elements that they take and they think these are the important things that I want to show in my remix and stuff. Like when you do a remix, you want to kind of pay respect to the original, like we said, but yeah, it's, I guess the things that really, like we said with Ant, where you kind of like go, this is my jam, I'm going to do something with it that, this is Ant's melodies and the kind of synth work and stuff like that, really kind of respects the original, but kind of just took it to a whole different level. That was like played to his strengths. Really nice sequence, really nice, nicely laid out. Really great job. Really, really good.
Yeah. Very impressed.
Yeah. There's a bio here, and I'm not kidding you. This is nearly 1,000 words. And I don't think I can read it all out, Ant.
No, just do. Where's ChatGPT? Ant, you need get GPT on that. Just go. Can you?
I'm going to try and summarise on the fly. I didn't have time to go through this and crush it all down, but DJ Tones, producer and DJ, and hailing from the UK, first started to go into clubs and raves in 1995 and partied through the 90s into the millennium, going to events such as Dance Planet, Helter Skelter, Dreamscape, Die Hard, North, Hysteria, Slamming Vinyl, etc. I wore my Helter Skelter techno dome jacket with the utmost of pride of being a raver. Got introduced to DJing by a couple of lads, and we ended up hanging out, and I started to have a mix on my mates' decks. They were into happy hardcore, but I used to make them find bouncy techno. Then I got into HMS, Loft Groover, Freak, Bass Generator, Scorpio, and Producer. I bought the guy's decks from him. Basically got super addicted to it. Around 2000, I enrolled in sound engineering and music technology degree. He moved into a house on Corporation Street. Shout out to Corpo Crew. It was here that I would meet some of my lifelong friends and progress my desire to be a DJ. Then he met with Dave Enigma at university, 2001. Shout out to Dave. And then I met Ant, and Greg met Ant, and Andy Bowler and Scorps, and we kind of all fell into this melting pot that was North that kind of joined us all together. And he got his first release, I don't know the year, 2007, I think, Salt on Sea on Provoke 1.
Yeah.
I think, that was 2007. And 2008, spent some studio time with Drox and learnt a lot more. In 2010, he released on Mega Rave Records. And he did some releases on North Extreme as well. He spent the next 10 years writing scores for theatrical productions and creating advert jingles, etc., etc. And he was dormant until the Narnia party that we did in memory of Emma Vernon. And now, since we started the show up, he's been coming alongside the show and submitting his productions and making progress. And here we are. Very proud of you, Ant. Very proud of you, buddy. It's been a long time coming. So, don't for one second think that this release is because you're our friend, because you had to work for this hard. So, it's definitely.
And we did these blind, like we didn't know.
Yeah, these guys had no idea whatsoever.
I'm only finding out tonight whose each track is.
So it's news to Steph. So yeah, you really earned this, and you didn't get any any extra points or anything because we know you really deserve it. So well done, mate. Well done. Well done. All right, moving on before we get emotional. Next up, we have got... let's get that off the screen. Next up, we have got Bad Boy Tune from Mr. Nagazaki. Let's go. Dred Nagazaki remix. Ooh.
Calm down. You can't trust your eyes in here. It's all right. What? Hey, do you hear music?
Awesome stuff, man.
Really nice.
Great one, yeah.
I'm a massive fan of Nagazaki. When I saw this come in, I was so stoked, man. I'm really stoked.
Really like the way you used some different samples in there as well. Like the middle
really
breakdown
complimented it. The vocal and stuff, like the harmony vocal. Really cool, man.
Yep.
Really liked it. Steph, what did you like about it, buddy?
Yeah, that melody with the sort of vocal-y thing was,
yeah,
you know, just created again a really nice atmosphere on it. The kicks had loads of energy as well, really nice flow and like, you know, great edits and stuff that just carried it through. Just a very well produced and well laid out track. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, really, really good. I mean, solid kicks. You wouldn't expect anything less from him. Kicks, breaks, just all the good stuff, and just a whole another layer of originality using those samples and kind of putting your own kind of vibe into it and stuff. yeah, great job. Really, really great job.
Yeah.
A little bit about Nagazaki for those that don't know. Nagazaki, a French DJ, producer, graphic designer, specializes in industrial hardcore music, drawing influence from genres such as breakcore, dubstep, trance, and Eurofunk. As one of the co-founders of Prototypes Records alongside Iridium, Nagazaki's music blends hyperactivity with melancholy. His distinct style is characterized by diverse kick drums, an abundance of breakbeats, and enigmatic vocals, setting him apart as one of the most versatile and eclectic producers in the industrial hardcore scene. With a repertoire spanning from bass music to breakcore, and of course industrial hardcore, Nagazaki has gained recognition for his powerful and unpredictable DJ sets. Prepare yourself for sonic destruction and anticipate the unexpected. Wicked, man. Thanks very much for submitting. Really appreciate it and love it. Can't wait to play it out.
Great job.
Great one, yeah.
All right, we have got one more left. Well, two more, actually. Technically two more. If you've got any, we're going to do a Q&A after this, by the way, guys. So if you've got any questions and stuff, then start to put them in the chat. Jay, if you could, you can hear me, Jay, if you could copy the questions and send them to me, that'd be great, because they go past pretty quick. All right, next up we have got the man like Butterfist. Let's go. Oh no, false alert.
Rewind.
Yep.
Selector.
Let's get started.
Let's get started! What the time you have been thread? Let the streets run fucking red. Clearing up inside your head. It won't stop until you're dead. Trust the lies that you've been fed. You've been tricked, you've been misled. Love your circus, love your breath. Now it's time to feel the dread.
Fuck! What? Mate. When I first heard that, right, because it's got this little intro at the start. It's like, it's a little bit cyberpunky, right? At the start, it's like, and it just switches. And I remember sat here and I was just blown away by what had just happened. Absolute fucking romper stomper. And I played that at Prospect Outdoor at the after party and it just went off completely. There's a few people in the chat that were there. It was fucking very, very, very good. I really love that track. Steph?
Yeah, not a lot to say really. It's just fucking mental, isn't it? Just like, just so much energy, so much fucking, just blew me away.
So he hired a vocalist, didn't he?
That's right. He wrote his own lyrics. Butterfist, I know you're in the chat. Paste the lyrics in there if you can, because I haven't got them here. But he sent them to me, and he wrote his own lyrics and paid a vocalist, a metal vocalist, to do the lyrics.
I'd have done it for free.
I don't think you've got a very metal voice. You're like the least metal person that I know, mate. Village metal, yeah.
Village metal.
Full Metal Dolphin.
Let me give a bit of info from the artist. My name is Butterfist. I come from Shottingham Town in the UK. I like to crossbreed everything: music, dogs, plants, and even people. For this remix, I decided to do a triple crossbreed in honour of Mr. Deathmachine, who I'm sure you would agree is a crossbreed bad man. For this triple crossbreed, I attempted to encapsulate the meaning of and the feeling of dread and what it means to me. I hope I win this competition as an integral part of my plan for world domination. Now it's time to feel the dread. Here we go. He's putting the lyrics in there. Fucking, I'm lost for words a little bit. That was just absolutely fucking damage.
I mean, I loved the way as well that he took you one way, right? You felt the intro was kind of going, okay, it's like it sounds really nice, but you had one thing in your head. It's like, okay,
it's like cyberpunky. It's like a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
It's like, and then all of a sudden it fucking switches. And it all just goes horribly, horribly wrong from here. I guess that's the dread creeping in, right? Yeah.
Let's get started.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna play it again, but yeah.
Killer.
As you were saying, Greg.
Can't remember, but yeah. So I really appreciate people that try and do something a bit different and kind of like they're very, very aware of what they're doing. Nothing in that intro is happening randomly. Mm-hmm. Like there's a place and a position for everything to kind of lead you into something that then takes you in a different direction.
Yeah.
I loved stuff like that. You know. I don't want it to kind of like take, like, I don't want to feel like I'm being led into a big metal tune and then suddenly there's a garage drop or something, you know what I mean? But it's like it's got to work where it adds more and more energy, you know what I mean? It kind of and it does. Yeah. Really, really great job, great job, mate, and well done. I mean, was that the last one?
There's one more. There's one more.
Kinda.
There's one more.
But it's been great. It's been really, really great so far. I think just hats off to everybody for the amount of time and effort. And I mean, I think just to say as well, it was really hard getting down to the shortlist, wasn't it? I mean, there was so many others that were that were close, and just fantastic job from so many people.
Yeah, we had to do like 4 levels of scoring, individual scoring, and then 4 stages of scoring. We had like spreadsheets of
You proper got your spreadsheets out, didn't you, Joe?
Proper fucking proper project management shit, man. Got the scoring in, and So big up everybody. But there is one more track. Should we play it now, or should we save it till the very end?
Sure, go for it.
Which one?
Let's play it now.
Okay.
Get out of the way.
People in the chat are going to be like, what a dick Greg is, and like dissing somebody's track. So next up,
let's get to the Q&A.
We have got Dolphin Dolphin remix. What the fuck's going on? All right, let's go. This is Deathmachine, Dred, Dolphins, What the Fuck remix. Let's do it. Let me keep the cameras on.
Why they wanna move like that, da, 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 da. Why they wanna move like that, da, 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 da. Why they wanna move like that? Why you want one? Why you want act like that? Why you play hard? Generations cool off. Look how things will switch. People do it quick. Like that wanna move or bit. Boy wanna go to bitch. Why they wanna move like that? Da, da, da. Why you want act like that? Da, da, da. Why they wanna move like that? Da, da, da. Why you want act like that? Da, 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 da.
Roadman material, man. Someone's saying in the chat, was it Butterfist says it's fucking 3 for 100's Golf GTI business.
Mate.
So good, man.
I thought no one's going to do a garage remix, are they?
So Greg, tell us about the thought process and the. Why did you?
I got really high and then just started putting the garage tunes together. No, I'm joking. I just wanted to have a bit of fun with it, man. And it's like, like we were talking about, it's those samples, those vibes, and it's kind of like it's UK and I was like, let's do some UKG, because all the samples kind of fit that vibe, and through some vocals, through a fucking proper little garage bass line.
And somebody was asking in the chat, I bet this one didn't get the name stripped off. No, this is like a bonus track. It's going on the release. This can't not go on the release, guys. We've got to have the full eclectic spectrum. We've got jungle, we've got like drum and bass, we've got UKG, we've got UK hardcore, we've got industrial, we've got fucking everything in there, man. And I'm super proud of this. And everybody that's been involved in it should be super proud as well. And also, shout to the people who didn't make the final release. It wasn't easy to judge this. There was a lot of really, really good stuff, and it was a shame to cut some of it. I think what we'll probably do is I'm going to create a pack of all of the tracks that didn't make it, and I'll put it up for free. I'll probably put it up in the Discord and in the members area. So if you want to find that, then come and grab it, and you can go and explore through that. But yeah, I'm proud of this because I think it represents something. It represents what we're doing with the New Blood. It represents our community, and it represents all of the new producers and unsigned producers that are trying really grafting to get their name out there. And there's so much focus on established people and whatever. And I think it's kind of a mission of ours to really give people a platform. And I think we do that with the show, but now we're doing it with a release, like a real legit release. And that's what this is going to be. So let's just put this up on the screen. Take that off. Boom. There we go. Look.
Well played, everyone. Well played.
Sick fucking
bunch
of names. Yeah. Other than the two at the top, obviously, we've got some pretty new and established people in there. I'm very proud. I'm very proud of everybody, and we will continue to do these remix competitions. As you're all aware, we're working in collaboration with WeTweak at the moment, so there's going to be some very interesting stuff coming through regarding live shows, remix competitions, and opportunities. So, keep tuned. Well done, everybody. Huge congratulations. We will be in touch with each of you individually to get stuff for mastering, etc. By the way, everything you heard tonight was not mastered yet. This is just fresh from the producers, so it's still got to be polished. Steph has the amazing job of having to master a load more Dred tracks, and then we can put this to bed. When we were actually deciding what we're going to do, and I was like, look, guys, we're going to have to do an LP. We have to, because there's too much good stuff. And we're like, yeah, cool idea. And then Steph's realisation was like, I'm going to have to master all of this, aren't I? I was like, sorry, bro. So, sorry, Steph, but I think it's worth it.
I've got to say, I was blown away by the strength in depth of it all. First of all, I didn't expect there to be like 80 entrants. Like, I thought there'd be about 10.
Yeah.
But there was just so much good stuff, which, is really nice to hear. Like, kind of gives you hope for the future and with the music, really, because you've got these people that are kind of like not so well known as so much as others, but they're making really good stuff. So that for me was like the underlying sort of feeling of it all. It just gave me a lot of hope about the future.
Yeah. Agree. And I had a lot of messages of people saying that the doing the remix had been a great learning curve for them. Quite a few people, actually. It was one of the main messages that I got, was that having all of the parts of your track, and maybe it was helping them find shortfalls with their own processes, with their own sound design, with how things were mixed and EQ'd together and how it all fit. So I think a thank you to you, Steph, actually, for providing that, and also for providing it not as stems. I think that made a big difference, because normally with something like this, you'd get stems and the samples would be in the correct places to make the track if you just put it in your DAW, right? But you gave it as samples, and that encouraged creativity, and it encouraged people to go and do their own thing with it. And I think that was particularly bold move, and it really made people go outside the box. And we've ended up with this really an eclectic proper something. It's almost like something that you'd hear on something, dare I say it, like Planet Mu or something, with like such a broad spectrum of electronic in there. So very, very happy.
Good. Yeah.
Very, very happy. Okay, we're going to do some questions and answers. Question here from Marcel Cass. Your Mutability LP was amazing. Are you going to do a new one on Prospect or maybe on Oblivion?
I don't know, because it nearly killed me to do.
I was going to say, you're still recovering from the last one, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm still like mentally recovering from it, and it took me like probably 6 or 7 years between the first album and the second album. So maybe in 4 or 5 years I'll be ready to do another one.
We've got something else to finish first, haven't we?
We have, yeah.
Oh yeah. Could do elaborate.
Well, I mean, everyone I'm sure knows by now we're doing the Dungeons & Dragons project together, and shocker, So the
spoiler,
that we're I don't think it's come out yet, is it? Still, the first EP is out imminently. But there's a lot of music that we've done already. Probably by next year, there's an album's worth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Next question. Thank you, Jay, for pulling these questions out, mate. I appreciate that a lot. Carnage Core. What is your favourite VST for kicks? I guess that's to both of you guys.
Don't use VSTs. just make kick noises myself with my mouth and then sample them.
Beatbox.
Yeah. I just phone up RABBeAT and say, "Have you got a spare kick?"
Okay, Steph.
A mixture, really. Serum, even Operator in Ableton. It's more about the plugin chain, really, than
it is. Yeah, for me, it's just like if I'm
like a VST. You can.
Yeah, the VST for me makes the body.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll make the punch separately and the body separately, and then it's just all gluing them together. And it doesn't matter what synth you use, really. It's just like you say, it becomes about the distortion, the EQ, and
dynamics. Yep.
On the chain, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I was getting invaded by cats. Psy909, what's been your worst experience playing out? That's to Steph, Joe, and Simon Pegg. They're his words, not mine.
Well, I think everybody knows mine. I'm never going to do it again. That time when I played on CDJs. Yeah. Over to you, Steph.
Where was that?
Don't ask. I don't want to talk about it.
I know. It was at.
Yeah. If you know, you know.
It was at Relentless Hardcore at Bristol Motion Skate Park. Anyway, yours, Steph.
Thanks, Joe.
Don't know, really. Played in some dodgy, weird places where, the mixer is at, 5 foot off the floor and the deck's at 3 foot off the floor and that kind of thing. I mean, there's probably too many.
I remember playing. Sorry, Steph. Go on.
No, like places with no monitors or, playing in.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I remember playing. I can't remember where it was. Maybe it was in Leeds or something. I can't remember, some New Year's Eve show or something. And I was playing in a back room that only had one speaker. No monitor, just one speaker. It was like literally one speaker and one sub, and that was it. Right. So there was no stereo. And if anything, stereo disappeared. So I mean, I learned. This was a good few years ago, but I learned a lesson then about.
Monocompatibility.
Indeed, yes. I certainly knew the tracks that weren't monocompatible because it's like, where's my mids gone?
Yeah. Actually, I've remembered another one. I played at, I forget the name of the night now, but it was in Birmingham, that little venue, Suck It NC.
Oh, yeah.
I turned up with USBs and they only had really old CDJs that didn't take USBs.
Oh. No.
So
you didn't burn your CDs.
Yeah, this was only a few years ago. So I had to borrow someone's records, and I ended up playing a vinyl jungle set.
Nice.
Just off somebody else's tunes. Yeah. Why not? Yeah. For me, I think, interestingly enough, like some of my least enjoyable experiences DJing have been when it's at my own parties, because my head's not in the right space to play. That's normally one of the main things, because I'm solving problems until I'm on the decks, or people are still coming up to me while I'm playing, and I've just got a massive headache and I can't focus and I can't enjoy it. One of the worst instances was when a long time ago we got raided by the police, and
whoa, I remember that.
Yeah,
that was the Ophidian night, wasn't it?
In Stoke, yeah, and all I could think, that it was a proper raid, like they were outside hiding in bushes, catching
dogs
people.
And
everything. It was people were getting
searches.
sniffed. Even if they'd been with someone who'd smoked a spliff, it was strip searches. No fucking about, real serious stuff. And all I could think in my head was, people are going to go to prison because I put a night on, and I was devastated about it. Like tears, devastated. It was brutal. Because I put so much energy into it. People don't understand how much energy you put in when you're doing a night like that. It's not just the money. It just overwhelms you. And so I'm playing.
It was right at the start of the night, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah, it snapped me for the whole night. And so I just couldn't focus. And it's something to this day that I struggle with, is playing at my own parties, because I'm somewhere else in my head. It's not easy.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Okay, next question. Random. Randy, Butterfist. Were those lyrics the same thing you wrote to Jay in his Valentine's card? I'll let you answer in the chat, Andy. Emile Bart, will it be on vinyl? And did you take a track and ask the maker if it were a joke?
Shout out to Stefan, by the way.
Hey, Stefan.
Oh, hey, Stefan.
Will it be on vinyl? And did you take a track and ask the maker if it were a joke? I don't have any idea what that's about. No, it's not going to be on vinyl. It's going to be a digital release. And no, I never asked if it was a joke. Drastic. Will you do a mix/Oblivion podcast with all the remixes? Deathmachine should do it, of course. Oh, don't you think it's just a bit too much of fucking this?
What the time you have to dread?
Like, it's a bit much, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Depends on what you're on, I guess.
Yeah.
Like your tolerance to how many dreads you can take in one evening. But I mean, this has been a good warm up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now for the main event, just non-stop remix session.
Question here. I guess this is aimed at Steph because he does a lot of mastering. Greg just does his own, as far as I'm aware. But from Roberrr, Imo, do you like mastering, and how does it not make you crazy?
I like mastering because I learn a lot from it. Because you kind of see how other people do things, whether it's good or bad, and you learn how to fix things for even that other people have done, and that teaches you how to identify and fix things that you've done as well. So I think it's a good tool, a really good tool for learning.
Yeah. Greg, same question to you, but I think you master yours as you're going along, don't you, from what I remember?
Basically, yeah. But still, I mean, like to Steph's point, and I say this over and over again, is reference your stuff. And that's kind of like, that's how I mix and master at the same time. I'm referencing to mastered tracks all the time. So as I'm mixing, I'm trying to balance the levels and get everything right with a mastered track in my reference. So that's what I'm kind of shooting for. And if that works, if you're in that ballpark, then it's easy. But like Steph says, you're always kind of going, how does my sound compare to this sound? Like whether doesn't matter who it is, whether it's noisier or, your peers or whoever it is, that's the kind of way you're trying to be in the ballpark, but you're trying to keep your head in that kind of same space. You're always kind of trying to shoot for that high level of quality in your mix downs. So yeah, reference everything, listen to everyone.
Get metric AB.
Yeah, metric AB all the way. Yeah.
This is a follow-up to Carnage Core's previous question. He asked about VSTs, or better to ask how you approach the kick making as opposed to what your favourite VST. Did you already answer that in your previous answer?
Kinda, but I mean, we can talk a little bit more about it.
Go ahead.
Steph, you want
to? Yeah, I mean, I think you mentioned the layering thing, which is the way I've kind of done it for a long time. So kind of you can break it down into three main components: the attack, the transient, the punch part. The sub and the kind of mid-range tail kind of thing, and they obviously all need to work together. Be in key and everything. So the punch part obviously needs to have good enough attack and not have too much low ends, because the low end comes from the bottom end of the kick. The bottom end is where you've got to be probably the most careful, because you can lose a lot of power in the mix if that's overdone, particularly in the super low frequencies. So be as accurate as you can there in terms of cutting out everything you don't need. But you can also get a lot of feeling of the flow of a kick by the dynamics of the low frequency as well. So the way that the sub moves in the low end of the kick can have a massive impact on how it feels in a club. And if you can combine that with a mid-range that kind of works well with that low end, you can get like a really powerful and cohesive kick that is kind of ticks all the boxes kind of thing, which is what we all aim for.
Yeah. And you've got to think about context as well. It's like, where are you using the kick and what else is playing around it? Yeah. So if you have a really kind of mid-range kick, then you've got to think about, if you're going to play breaks over the top of it and synths, how that's going to work, how they're going to sit together and things like that. And sometimes you've got to think about the right kick for the right place. right? So there's times where you want really nice, you know, if you just have kicks solo on their own, you want them to take up a lot of the frequency spectrum. But if you're layering, you know, if you've got breaks and like synths like I do a lot, sometimes you know you've got to pull those mids down a little bit and just let them breathe at the right time, you know, and think about you just need the kick to do the job that it needs to do. So yeah, we can talk about kicks all day, but
yeah. Randy, when are we going to get you guys over to America? We were actually supposed to come before COVID happened. We had a little tour lined up, America and Canada, and yeah, didn't come to fruition. Would still love to, by the way. Would definitely still love to. I'd love to go over and see the guys in LA. Love to go everywhere, actually. Yeah, I'm well up for it. If you want to try and hook it up, Randy, then we're definitely up for it. We're 100%.
Down with the sickness.
Yeah.
Get in touch, man. If you want to try and get some tours lined up and be one of the stops, and then reach out to your network, come to us, man. We'll do it. No worries. If you could, this is from NFFC Tom, who's a new member. Hey, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
If you could release an album in a genre other than hardcore, what would it be?
Oh,
Be garage for you, Greg, wouldn't it?
damn right, bro. Yeah, I'm on the garage tip 140s all
Well,
the
you're
way.
gonna move like that.
Man, when I phoned you up, didn't I? And I was singing that bass line. You were like, "What are you singing at me, dude?"
I didn't even know. Like, I hadn't
didn't know I
heard the
was
track,
doing it,
and
did you?
Greg earwormed me with a track that I hadn't even fucking heard before, and I was humming it all day. This motherfucker.
Why you want to move like that?
Yeah, sorry. So, Steph, what would you make?
Well, I did half of it on the album, really, kind of drum and bass kind of stuff, probably. That's where I find, apart from hardcore, the most interesting scope for, you know, experimentation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did my Epsilon thing, didn't I? And that was. I am thinking about whether I should release it now. Maybe next year I might have a chat with Gareth about doing that and moving on, doing a second one. But I kind of like that's kind of more movie soundtrack vibes, ambient sci-fi thing, electronic stuff.
Okay.
If I had the skills, I'd do a jazz album.
You've definitely got the skills, bro. Just fucking do it already.
Jazz is whole different layers. There's layers to the game, and jazz is like,
mate. Yeah. But UK garage is.
That's right. That's right.
It's the next step from there, isn't it?
Speed garage next, mate. Speed garage.
Doc Maxi, easy bro, says, how much are you three going to miss Live Evil? Word we talked about earlier on. I've even got the shirt on.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep. Lots.
Yeah, and I think UK hardcore is going to have some difficult time over the next 12 months. There's not much going on. A couple of nights of folding. Oblivion obviously got cancelled, which we haven't spoke about yet, but that was completely unavoidable. But we're going to come back, but we just need a venue and some time, likely be next year. I didn't want to make a Live Evil question turn into an Oblivion answer, but yeah.
But you did.
Yeah, it wasn't on purpose. I'm just going off on a tangent. But yeah, respect to Simon, respect to Nat. Nothing but love for these guys. The Felix the Wisson. How long do you roughly spend on a track from start to finish?
It varies a lot. Yeah, some probably total elapsed time is maybe just a couple of days, really.
That garage mix was 2 days. That garage remix was 2 days.
If you get in the flow and it all clicks, then yeah.
Totally. Yeah, just smash it out, and then it's just like a few hours just doing tweaks and stuff and tidying up and clearing up. Yeah.
Okay, Agent Zero, why did you choose the Dred track for a remix? I think I came to you with the idea, right?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I love it. I play it nearly every set. It's got all of the elements that I like about old hardcore, old rave, new modern stuff. And I thought it would be a really good fun one for lots of people to have play with, honestly. And proof was in the pudding. It was fantastic. Vicious Hardcore saying, Ask the Machine 1, which is the kick tutorial, can it be uploaded to YouTube again? I can only find the low quality on Facebook. Yes, I'm going to upload all of them to the channel. It's happening. There you go. The Scientist asks, you all made a lot of amazing tracks, but which of your own tracks do you personally like the most and why? I think Steph already answered this one regarding the Genosha, the 175 track. So, Greg, I'll go to you for this.
Ebbs for me, probably, just because it was like I spent a lot of time learning new stuff, and it kind of that's where I'll put it all together. So it's a kind of it's a milestone track for me, personally, in terms of understanding music and production and all that sort of stuff as well.
Yeah. Steph, how long did it feel to have a song featured on Vision's podcast?
Very nice.
And get a rewind. And get a
you got a
as well.
full reload, man.
Yeah. Selector.
Yeah, no, it was amazing, obviously, especially being someone who doesn't make drum and bass normally.
Yeah.
I was so hyped when that happened. I was texting you. I was going,
I know you were. That was the ultimate aim for the album, for those tracks on the album, was to make it credible enough so that people from those scenes would play that music. The same with the techno track as well. And it was just really nice to have that plan work.
Yeah, big ups, man. Carnage Core, did you ever think about quitting, and if so, why?
No. I'm conscious that I'm like 75 years old now, so but I've started doing yoga every day, so I might squeeze out a few more years, but yeah, I mean, really, I thought, when you're 20, you're thinking, you're looking at people that are 40 and you're going, they're old. I'll never be DJing when I'm 40, but
No, they didn't say, do you ever think about dying? They're talking, say, do you ever think about quitting?
Well, but sometimes you've got to kind of think, how long do you do this for? Like, what is quitting?
Yeah,
it's like...
No, I've thought about it, but then I've just been like, oh, this is kind of what I do. Like...
Yeah.
What else would I do? Like, probably be rich.
Yeah, I mean, what if the scene dried up and there's no one, none of the festivals are doing hardcore anymore, and it's like, you're playing at a couple of club nights a year or something. It's like, do you know what I mean? It's like, are you quitting? I mean, what if there's no more club nights?
But it's not the club nights that I'm in love with. It's not the festivals that I'm in love with. The music.
Exactly that, right?
Yeah.
So what is quitting then in that?
Is you quit? We're talking about quitting, listening to it and being passionate about it. That's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's the one thing that stood the test of time. All the phases that I've been through, all the things I've liked, all the stupid hobbies I've got. This is the one thing that's always stuck there. And there's been times where I've gone quiet for a couple of years, or lost a bit of energy for it, but it's never gone away, and I've always come back stronger after taking those breaks. So, yeah. Is it Steph?
Just going to do it as long as I can, really, which is, I'm pretty sure, the same as you guys. As long as you're healthy and you can get yourself to gigs and play and everything.
As long as you're healthy and you can get to the computer.
As long as I can see and hear and still make tunes, then I'm just going to keep doing it.
Word.
Because that's just like part of what I was actually having this conversation, I think earlier today, and it's like you do things so often when you're creating habits and things like that, like going to the gym, working out or making music or whatever it is, but you just do it so often that it becomes so ingrained in who you are, connected to your identity, that if you don't do it, you feel bad. You feel like you're not doing something that you should be doing. You're not looking after yourself. You're not listening to music. You're not working out or whatever.
I get guilt. Like if I give an example. So we didn't do the show for 2 months, and I had a month off for my birthday, and then I struggled getting back into the groove of doing stuff, being productive and things like that. And it's more like it's a guilt thing, but the guilt is then feeding the lack of drive. And at some point you just snap out of it and go like, what am I doing? I'm getting demotivated because I'm not motivated. And it's just like a weird scenario to be in. And then you snap out and then all of a sudden, boom, productivity just goes through the roof. I think it's just cycles, right? It's just how we work.
Yeah. You know, and it should be fun, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just a bit of a grind. You know what I mean? It's not. Sometimes
like
you're
that
just
4-day weekend. We had to get the laptops working.
that very much that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You kind of want it to be, but the reality is sometimes your head's just not there. You're not in a happy mood all the time. You're not in a creative mood all the time. Sometimes you just got to put the hours in. You just got to grind it out, and you know that stuff comes and goes.
Keep
flows,
going.
Right?
And the key is to stay like this instead of being like boom, 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 boom with your output, and it just keep a gradual increase in what you're doing, and keep happy, and don't burn yourself out, and
Keep on trucking. Yep.
Yeah, man, keep going. Hope that's a nice answer for your question. The Butterfist, Steph, why don't you make some slow and dirty, wonky, half-time, filthy vocal crunk step, Ivy Lab style, with me, or even without me, could still be nice?
Well, I actually already have.
There we go.
140s, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Greg's heard a lot of it.
Fusco, hey guys, hope you're all good. Just curious, how did you come to the point where you feel a production is finished and doesn't require any more work? This is something that I have struggled with. Going to Greg with this one, because
Wabi-sabi, baby.
Greg's got a good answer on this one. Go, Greg.
But there's loads of things, loads of ways you can answer this. But if you believe in the kind of wabi-sabi mentality where nothing like in terms of art or creation and stuff, nothing's ever completed, right? Nothing ever lasts forever, right? But you've got to draw a line somewhere. So you can go forever. If you just want to keep doing, fine tuning things, you'll just go forever and you'll never be happy because you'll always believe it could be better. But the whole law of diminishing returns, where you start off quick, you'll get 8% of the track done in the first, you get 80% of the track done in 20% of the time that you'll spend on the tune. The rest of it is just fine tuning all that stuff at the end. So you've got to learn where good enough is acceptable. That's the trick, I think, really, is going, this is good enough right now, and I know I can do better. And when you accept that, you can move on, right? And we talked about this. I mean, Carnage Krew, Carnage Corps.
Yeah.
Corps, so a great example of this, right? Because they get through tunes, they get things done, they do them to a really good quality, and then they move on. They do another one, and the saying that perfect is the enemy of good comes up a lot, and it's like if you try and do perfect, it will stop you from just getting things finished.
Interesting observation. If I could just jump in to add something to
Please
that.
do. Finish me rant. Go on.
No. I'm coming back to you. But the Carnage Corps, the track that got picked, that was one of the first tracks that got submitted, finished. So just to lean into the point that you're making.
Yeah. And Steph, I'm sure you've got some thoughts on this as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not that good a place to say, because I'm probably too much of a perfectionist on my stuff, and like particularly with the album, I think I spent 3 months just tweaking shit, that probably didn't need doing. But maybe with something as big as an album, that's one thing where you have to kind of maybe be fully happy with it. But yeah, I think that's kind of part of the experience of being a producer, isn't it? It's learning where that line is, or getting to that line quicker so that you can then
exactly that
sort of identify it easier. If that makes any sense.
You've got to have quality control. You've still got to have that. It's not to say just do a piece of shit and off you go, but still you will. And I say this to a lot of people: you will learn so much more from the body of your work rather than just kind of focusing on one track and trying to make it perfect. So, you know, you move on to the next track and you'll learn more from doing that next track rather than spending 15 hours trying to finish off one snare hit on the last track. You know, you can bring in so much more by working on different stuff. And you kind of keep that mentality. It's like, okay, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? You just keep like sponging, you know, taking it all in.
Shout to a Surge project, by the way. I think they're just leaving on the way out of the chat, but the track that they featured on the Oblivion show 2 episodes ago just got signed to Industrial Strength. So congratulations on that.
Well done, sir.
Well done, gang. Well done. Well done. Couple more
Gang,
questions, and then we're going to call it a night. Nice short show. Breakcore Bill. What's good, bro? I haven't seen your name for a while. What do you think of the current breakbeat jungle hardcore scene that's made a resurgence at the moment? And do you guys have any tracks in the works?
I mean, yeah. I didn't. Is it a resurgence? I don't know. Well, there is a lot of new people making new stuff at the moment. There's just so much really good music out there. I mean, yeah.
What's
the
that
people have been leading the kind of
guy's
160 charge and all that. You know, yeah. There's so much good music at the moment. But forgotten what the question was.
We've
definitely
been doing
bits,
didn't we? We've done a couple.
Yeah,
of 160s.
we've got some 160s on the go.
Yeah,
160 is the new 140, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's that guy's name, man? He's fucking ace, and he's making old school jungle on Amigas. I forgot. Is it Pete Cannon? That guy's fucking insane good. Really like his work. I guess that's the kind of stuff that you're referring to. Yeah, there's some jungle nights and old school nights that are pure new old school jungle hardcore at the moment. So yeah, it's making a resurgence. So I'm all for it. I'm all for new everything, new old everything.
All the stuff that I mean. Shout out to like Coco Bryce and Tim Reaper, Duarte, all those guys, Sherelle. Really, really cool.
Nice to hear from you, Ben, mate. Respect, bro. Big up. Couple more questions. Here we go. Here's one from Vicious. I'm sick of seeing industrial vanishing from events. New people don't even bother with that style anymore. How are we going to fix that? What's your idea to bring industrial back to the focus of the scene? To invest in new talent, which is exactly what we're trying to do with all of this shit. That's my answer. I think it's stagnated and we need fresh blood coming through, not only in the audience, but also in the music. I think there's key hooks that we can get into things like Unpolished and the techno kind of crossover crowd. And there's also a lot of hardcore and gabba events that are starting just on their own that aren't even connected to our scene, that are like subculture, dare I say, events all over the world that people aren't, it's not even part of our scene, the same circles. So I think one of the key things is to tap into those parties and tap into the left field and the more alternative, should I say, and new parties and crowds, and trying to find a happy medium. I don't think industrial disappearing from festivals is necessarily a bad thing, honestly. I know it's a lot of people's bread and butter and staple, but I think that festivals, certainly the bigger ones, that they're being run like by big American kind of corporations, I don't know, it feels like every year it's making things more expensive, more commercial, artist rates are going up, and it eventually just kills the club scene because they can't compete with it, they can't afford it, and we need to start thinking about going back to basics and doing our thing, and then hopefully the momentum will take us forward. That's my personal thought on it, and I hope it comes around in a cycle and we get our comeuppance again, but on our own terms. I think that's the most important thing. The rape and bastardization of culture for money doesn't really sit very well with me. So I'm happy just sitting in our own clubs doing our own thing. So what do you guys think?
I think, like you said, exposure outside of our little bubble, if you want to call it that, like it's just awareness. I've come across so many people that they've never heard some of our music before, and they go, "This is fucking insane!" Like, it's just getting it in front of people, and also making sure that the music that we do get in front of people is actually really good quality, and people can appreciate it for that fact, rather than it just being something that's kind of like gimmicky and something that we're trying to, sell as a product. Personally, I think that's what resonates with people, like, without them realizing it, if it's got that kind of that soul to it all.
Yeah, and by the way, I just like to clarify that I'm not hating on what the big festivals have necessarily done for awareness of our scene, but yeah, I think that it needs to come back, and it needs to come back on credit rather than where there's a buck to be made. I think that's the thing that bothers me. Okay. Any more questions? I'm not going to go into the up-tempo questions, Jay. No, there's not less and less of it. It's the most prominent force in hardcore. That's absolute rubbish. Funny. Yeah, I think we're... Oh, Dwayne Davis, Deidre, had a question before. He said, what can I do with my release? It wasn't picked. Can I upload it myself? Yes, of course you can. Go and do it. Get what you can out of it, mate. I would kindly ask that you credit Steph and Oblivion and link people to our networks and maybe the release when it comes out. But it's yours, man. We don't do this because we want ownership of everything, and we're not going to stop people doing it. Use it to promote yourself. Get what you need. Get what you deserve from it, bro. Go do you. Okay. I think let's give it up to the chat. We're going to replay one of the tracks from the release as a last track.
Ooh.
So I'm going to let this... I don't know if I can do a vote over all 12 tracks. So I'm just going to
go... It'd take like half an hour to write it all out, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just going to let the chat spam the favourite track. Everyone write their favourite track. And whichever one looks like it's got the most, I'm going to fucking spin it again. And we're going to go. So I'm going to go and grab a glass of water. And when I come back, I'm going to have a look. Be right back.
Oh my God, everyone's like... There's loads of different ones.
It's gonna have to be counted, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. How are you gonna work this one out? Oh, I have no idea. There's a lot of Butterfists.
Yeah.
Butterfist.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my days.
Right. This was your idea, Joe.
Yeah, it was fucking, as usual, fucking brilliant idea. Jay, Jay, can you count them?
This was a terrible idea.
I'm seeing RABBeAT, Nagazaki, and Butterfist quite a lot.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna do a little mashup. Let's go. I'm gonna throw in straight into RABBeAT. Let's go. Boosh.
Let's get started.
Fucking yeah.
Some hot shit, bruv.
that was a quick recap of the top 3 tunes as chosen from the chat. Yeah, not much more to say. Very, very
well played,
happy
everyone.
and proud.
Yeah,
well played,
seriously
everybody. We can't wait to get this release out. Artwork, etc. is on the way. Super proud of everybody. Yeah, let me just look. Deathmachine, Dolphin, Nagazaki, Inqoherent, RABBeAT, Syprexa, Butterfist, Tones, The Carnage Chord, Jacob, Agent Zero, Havok and Disorder, and Roberrr. Fucking GG's. Big up, everybody. Thanks very much.
Well played. Well played.
Yeah.
Well played.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. Mwah. We need to do a thumbnail picture. So, smile. It's for Jay. There you go, Jay. There's your thumbnail. Smashed it. I nearly exploded then. I've had one beer. I'm fucking wrecked. Okay. I think that's it.
Rock and roll.
Next up, what have we got? We got this weekend. I'm going to be at Trailer Fest. I'm working with Hardcore Beer on a cool project there. You guys are going to Boomtown, I think?
I'm going to Boomtown.
Yeah?
No, not there.
Okay.
Prodigy.
Move Ground Zero, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to the UK, so I'm not going to be at Ground Zero, unfortunately. But we've got Fuck Parade coming up. Oh, yeah, show Fuck Parade. Yeah, Oblivion will be at Fuck Parade again this year. In Berlin, my 5th year consecutively DJing there, our 4th year there as Oblivion, working with our partners Subland. It's always fucking amazing.
Yeah.
We
if
love it.
you haven't been, I would
just
really
go,
recommend it.
Yeah. And this is, just so it's clear for everybody, this is 100% not paid gig. Like, this is something that we just do for the passion and the love. It's a demonstration officially, and it's, we're standing for what we love and what we represent over there. And it's just a massive party in the streets, several trucks, loud sound systems, everybody dancing their asses off. It's just fucking amazing.
It is crazy, isn't it? It's like, yeah, man. That there's still that video on YouTube when I'm dropping the Rain in Blood track, and it's like at the back of the van, and there's just thousands of people down the street, isn't there? It's just insane.
Yeah,
man, good times. It's
a shame you weren't available for it, Steph. Gutted. Really wanted to get you there this year.
Yeah, really gutted I couldn't make that, but yeah, I'm in Rotterdam.
But yeah, it's just a really nice day out walking through Berlin. The weather's always really nice as well, and yeah, just like millions of people just doing their thing.
Yep. So that's what we've got next. Anything else to say? Anything to sell or push or pimp, guys? Any news? Anything interesting?
Well, I've just seen in the chat Agent Zero saying, "Are we playing at Prospect XL?" We are.
Dungeons and Dragons, baby.
I'm not.
So
I'm going. I'll be there. Wrecked.
This will be the first European show, won't it? I guess.
Yeah.
UK is still in Europe,
Well, we did DEFCON, but that wasn't.
Oh shit! Yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yeah,
forgot about that.
You didn't
it
do
felt
like
more like a back to back because we didn't have the visuals and stuff.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Got shitloads to do for that.
Yeah, that's going to take up the rest of our year now. We're just going to have to lock down and get busy.
Button down the hatches. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Next show announcement coming up. We've also got cool podcasts coming up. We've also got some other cool stuff coming up, which I've been dying to tell everybody about, but I can't yet. I'm waiting for it to be ready. So that's coming. We've got new cool merch, t-shirts, hoodies, all kinds of shit coming. Keep your eyes peeled. Watch our networks as ever. We don't have something different to play because this show was just all about.
Play me Garage Remix again. Yeah. That's something different.
All right, we'll close on the Garage Remix again then. Why not? Fuck it. Right. Love you all, everybody. Take care.
Do your garage dances.
Thanks. Get your gun fingers out. We're gonna do that little shuffle right now. Right.
Yeah. Twerkaholics.
Thanks for tuning in. You all rock. We love you loads. And
great show. Thank you, everyone.
Put all that hard work in for those remixes. It was
man.
like humbling, really.
Really well done. Really well done.
To see everyone doing that. So yeah,
one
really
more for the road.
What the time you have to
Right. See you next time, everybody.
Peace.
See you later. Bye.
Why they wanna move like that, da, 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 da. Why they wanna move like that, da, 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 da. Why they wanna move like that? Why you want one? Why you want act like that? Why you play hard? Generations cool off. Look how things will switch. People do it quick. Like they wanna move with a bit. Boy wanna go 10 bits. No.